Hey guys, thanks for joining me for an episode of Learn to Play Games. My name is Lance, and today we're going to take a look at World War Hulk. This is an expansion pack to the legendary Marvel game. Both the new one and the old one, you can use it with either one, as well as a lot of the other expansions that they've put out throughout the years. So in this expansion pack, this is going to cover the Hulk universe from the comics, and I'm not too familiar with those. I have to be honest, I'm not a big comic book fan, so I don't know how much of that they've covered. For those of you that are big comic book fans, maybe you can drop me comments below, let me know how that is or how close it is to that. But basically in this expansion pack, it comes with 400 new cards, including 15 new heroes, including Hulk, his Warbound, and a bunch of other heroes as well. And then the enemy types, there's a bunch of new enemy types, both with the villains and the henchmen. You get 6 new masterminds, as well as new schemes in that as well. So this is a really nice pack. It adds a lot of new variety and replayability. And some of these missions are pretty tough. I've had a chance to play a couple of them already. So I definitely recommend checking this one out if you're a Hulk fan, or if you just like the legendary game and you're just looking to add new stuff to it. So in this video, what I'm going to do is cover all the new stuff, show you guys all the new cards and heroes and things you're going to be getting in the game, as well as all of the new rules. I'll go over each of the new rules that's included so you guys know how to play as soon as you get it out of the box. So, of course, if you like these videos, if you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channels. It's going to help me to continue to grow and bring these videos to you guys. And if you want to stay up to date on all my videos, also consider ringing the bell so you get notifications anytime I release new content. So let's head to the table and I'll teach you guys how to play. The World War Hulk expansion is going to include 15 characters, including a new version of Hulk and some of his Warbounds from the comics. Each of these characters are also going to have a unique ability that is going to allow them to transform some of their cards into more powerful versions of them, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. The heroes aren't the only ones to get some new stuff. The villains are also going to have 3 new henchman classes, as well as 7 new villain classes. Finally, there are 6 new masterminds included in the game as well, and each of these masterminds will transform during Master Strike events, which will flip them over to their alternate sides, which usually will make them harder to kill, and other special abilities as well. There are also 8 new schemes included in this to add some more variety to your game. There are also 4 new bystanders that each have their own unique ability. In this section, I want to go over all the new rules you're going to see. First off, you're going to notice in World War Hulk, when you grab one of the new heroes, they're going to have more than 14 cards in their deck. If we look at Gladiator Hulk here, he has his 2 sets of 5 common cards, his 1 set of uncommon cards, and his rare card. And he's also got this extra set here of 5 cards. These are the transform cards. So these are, at the beginning of the game, are going to be set off to the side. You will not include these in the hero's deck. And then throughout the game, as the players get the cards that say transform on them, if they meet the conditions of the card, they will transform that card into this card, removing that card from the game and putting this one into the game. And each card will either tell you what kind of conditions need to be met and then where to place this new card. If they don't say, then you can actually add the transform card right to your hand and use it immediately that turn, on top of being able to use any of the abilities on the previous card that you had. So with this one, for example, you would get any slashes that are generated from this Hulk card before you transform it, and any abilities as well. So if other cards need different abilities or symbols, and that card has them, that is all included when it transforms into the new card. And then the new card, if you're able to use it right away, you can use all of its benefits immediately. With this particular one, it will tell you to place this card on top of your deck, so you'll get to use it the next turn that you go. Outwit is another new rule that you will find on both the heroes and villains of this expansion. For the heroes, in order to meet the requirements for Outwit, you have to play show 3 cards from your hand of different values. And you can also include the card that you're trying to activate. So for example, with our card here, you have to play 3 cards that have different recruitment values. And we can use this card's 2 as one of them. Then we could play another card with 3. We have a card that has 4. You could even play a 0 hero card to activate and meet one of those requirements. With the villains, you have to do the same thing. You show cards from your hand of 3 different values in order to meet the requirements for those. And some of them can be pretty nasty. For example, with the Illuminati here, if you don't do theirs, then they're going to increase their overall strike power to 15. So some of these are going to be very important to make sure that you have a diverse hand or diverse deck to accomplish some of these. It would be a Hulk expansion without being able to smash stuff. So another new rule is smash, which means that you have to discard a card from your hand of your choice, and if you do, then you'll add whatever the effects are. So with this one, smash 3 means that if you discard a card, you're going to add 3 strike power to this card. Wounded Fury represents how wounding a Hulk often makes it angrier and stronger. It also includes villains attacking with more furious bloodlust as they wound you. So with a hero card, when it says Wounded Fury, it means that you get +1 attack for each wound in your discard pile. And likewise, when a villain or mastermind says Wounded Fury, it means that it gets +1 attack for each wound in your discard pile. There will also be some cross-dimensional Rampage cards, and those will specialize in different areas. So with the Hulk here, his is a cross-dimensional Hulk Rampage, and then on the enemy side we have a cross-dimensional Illuminati Rampage, and there's other ones as well. And basically what these mean are that for the players, when they have one that comes up with a cross-dimensional Hulk Rampage card, they have to play a card from their hands or victory pile that has Hulk in its name. Doesn't matter where, it just has to have that word in there. And once they reveal it, then they're all good. If they are unable to do that, then they will take a wound card into their discard pile. And the same with the enemies. With the cross-dimensional Illuminati Rampage, if the players can show that they have killed an Illuminati in their victory pile, then they're good. If they can't, then they will gain a wound. Feast is another rule that we've seen in other expansions, but I want to cover it again in this one real quick, as this one has a lot of it in it. And this can be a beneficial one, as it's going to help decrease your deck, and it also can be a hindrance, as if you're trying to add cards that are good to your deck, it could also kill them. So with Feast, it's going to have you reveal the top card of your draw deck and KO it. With some of the characters, they will allow you to look at the card beforehand and then choose whether or not you want to use that ability, where the enemies potentially will just kill it outright, so you could actually lose a very good card in those situations. The last new feature are trap cards, which you're going to find in the villain decks. With trap cards, they are going to be played from the villain deck, and it's going to give you a challenge to complete this turn. If you complete the challenge, you get to put the challenge in your victory card pile, and you'll get the points for it at the end of the game. If you are unable to complete the challenge by the end of your turn, then you must suffer the listed consequences after you've drawn your new hand. And traps do not push forward villains in the city.